And now it was the turn of the harbour town of Tobruk to be captured by Erwin Rommel. The troops of the captured South African division sat dejectedly on the ground, waiting to be taken overseas to an unknown destination. Among the 14,000 or so silent and dejected captives was a 47-year-old headmaster from Johannesburg, Guy Nicolson. A Rhodes Scholar in 1914, he had interrupted his Oxford career to fight with the British in the French trenches for 4 years, being awarded an MC in Bar in 1918. Now a prisoner of war, he was again fighting the Germans, this time with the South African 2nd Division. Across the Mediterranean by ship, and then in stages by truck, the scantily clad prisoners were moved northwards up the Italian peninsula. The earliest letter we have from Guy to his wife Isabel is dated the 9th of February 1943, so we don't know what happened during the 8 months since Tobruk fell to the Germans. We do know that he was placed in Campo 47, near Modena and Bologna in northern Italy. That camp provided shelter and food, but, as described by Edward Ward, the cold was so intense that the prisoners were forced to burn shavings from the wooden furniture. Guy's answer to any situation had always been music. It seemed to be born into him that he could not only play naturally piano and violin, but also write out orchestral scores from memory. From his letters we know that he found other musicians in the camp, starting with a string quartet playing in a bare room. Guy focused on everything positive. On the 9th of February he writes, "In the immediate foreground is the unfolding of the greatest drama the world has ever seen. I am fitting well. My chilblains are improving." By June 1943, his men were performing works by Haydn, Beethoven and Schumann. In spite of everything captivity could inflict on him, his small group of musicians grew in numbers, tackling works such as the Beethoven Spring Sonata and the Schumann Piano Quintet. By July 1943, his orchestra had grown to 18 players. They were performing not only light operas, but major works such as the Schubert Unfinished Symphony. The Allies landed in Sicily in July 1943, bringing hope of release. More landings at Salerno, Taranto and others saw fierce fighting as the line moved northward. But 2 more months went by before Mussolini finally capitulated in September of that year. The Germans, however, quickly moved south to take over the Italian camps, creating a brief window of opportunity to escape. But by the 12th of September, the Allied POWs had been loaded into cattle trucks and were on their way to Germany.